July 8. National Video Game Day. Over the past 50-plus years, the video game has taken its place in culture and has even become the nucleus around which its virtual subculture has formed. The sights and sounds of video games can produce a distinct sense of nostalgia in some, or an exciting sense of adventure for others. In 1958, a ping-pong-like game called Tennis for Two, created by William Higginbotham, the game debuted on a large analog computer at the Brookhaven National Laboratory, a research institute in New York. By the 1970s, the Odyssey and Atari video game home consoles went on the market with new technology like joysticks and multi-cartridge games. The 1980s brought about even more interesting video games, such as Pac-Man, Super Mario Bros., Tetris, and SimCity, most of which continue to be successful franchises even today. While video games went through a slump in the mid-80s, and several home computer and video game console companies went bankrupt, the industry would bounce back stronger than ever.
The advent of the Nintendo Entertainment System by an almost 100-year-old Japanese game company prevented making cheap, poorly made games by imposing regulations on third-party games. This rebuilt the integrity of the video game industry. A few years later, in 1989, Nintendo introduced its handheld devices. Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Nintendo DS, and Nintendo 3DS continued to revolutionize the video game industry into the early 2000s. By the early 1990s, Video Game Day started making an appearance. The first recorded celebration seems to have been in 1991 and could have been sponsored by a man named David Earl, who was the president of Kid Vid Warriors in the early 1990s. Another viable story is that the origins of National Video Game Day may have come from an employee of the Video Game History Foundation. This is a non-profit organization that has dedicated itself to the preservation, celebrating, and teaching of the unique history of video games. But no matter how it began, National Video Game Day has certainly made its way into the hearts and lives of video game lovers worldwide.
Hey, thank you for watching the video. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe as it helps the channel grow. Just 0.3% of you have subscribed. Make sure you subscribe. See you in the next video.